persuasive industries. Enjoy the ride. System check. Enemy down. Shields off. Shields off. Radar contact. Shields damaged. Enemy down. Enemy down. Shields damaged. Enemy down. Enemy down. Enemy down. Shields on. Shields on. Chains of law. Landing deployed. Landing complete. Engines are off.
Welcome to the SeT Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been... Please visit us again. Goodbye. to the SeT vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Welcome to the SeT vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Welcome to Roman Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System shields.
Welcome to the SeT Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our stop. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the SeT Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Welcome to the SeT Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Welcome to the SeT Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Welcome to the SeT Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Welcome to the SeT Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Welcome to Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
Good day to take down some shitheads, huh? Got your pay on tap and ready to go once you punch him out.
Quantum drive is online.
is a comment. Let me write a dot so I can read the full comment. And here we go. Are you new at this? Kiran Rashid 2820 is asking me, am I new at this? No, I'm not new at this.
Radar contact.
Maybe your question is indicating that you want to know when I'm not new at this. Since when I'm trying this out. So I can tell you it was the summer 2017 when I pledged for my first game package. So it's quite a while I'm testing these. And for perspective, since I first entered this pre-alpha verse, I tried to be online about an hour on a daily basis, in average. So you can figure out there are quite some hours on verse.
Just got confirmation that bounty's been cleared. I'll get you paid.
So those NPCs seem to be hibernating again since I couldn't target. They stop acting.
Kent here. I'll be tracking your progress on the bounty. Watch yourself out there.
And you? What about you? Are you new? Interested? Looking what's happening in Star Citizen? And again, for perspective, I think it was around 2013 or 14 I first heard of Star Citizen. Since then, I from time to time looked into development progress, and in 2017 summer I decided to give it a try and bought an Aurora Mark starter package. And I liked the Aurora, but as at that time it was the patch 2.6.3, and I was a beginner, I decided by myself to learn flying by doing races in Arena Commander. So my first weeks or months in the verse were not so present me hanging around the verse, but more me joining Arena Commander races and tried to maneuver through the rings with my Aurora. And even if at that time my luck, in winter 2017, I met a very nice guy in the verse. From this point, greetings, Kimper. I hope all is good for you. And Kimper recommended flying with joystick to me, so I reflected that, then decided to give it a try, bought myself a Thrustmaster 1600 or 1000 joystick, and from the first moment I got the first 3 degrees of freedom bound to the stick and started flying with the stick. I realized that is what brings fun. So relatively short after I bought the first joystick, I bought a second one. And then the fun in the verse started to me, because flying with hands on stick and stick, that is one big great driving force for me to keep me interested in Star Citizen. I love flying with hands on stick and stick. If it weren't for the joysticks and the joy that was brought to me with flying the verse with 2 joysticks, maybe they even had stopped being interested in Star Citizen, because flying with mouse and keyboard is awful. I don't like it.
Radar contact. Shields on. Shields on.
Hello, Starana. I allow you to turn into stardust and provide me with some Alpha UEC. Come on, wake up. Okay, this was that.
Great. Let me cross them off the list and get you paid.
Turns out as the last time, those NPCs, when destroying the main target, bystanding ships seem to instantly start hibernating. Is there something happening here?
You got all the details and you know what to do. Play it smart and come home safe, you hear?
I think soon I will get rid of this white skin. I don't like it.
space industries. Enjoy the ride. System check. Radar contact. Shields on. Shields on. Radar contact. Shields on. Shields damaged. Shields off.
Nice job taking them out. I'll push your payment through.
Shields on.
Hey, it's Ken. Saw that you're picking up another bounty. Good luck with this one.
Auto drive is our. Shields of armor. Shields of armor. Radar contact. Shields of armor. Shields of armor. Shields of armor. Shields damaged. Shields of armor.
We'll mark one less shithead on the run. Pleasure doing business with you.
Shields of armor. Radar contact.
Bounty's all yours. Get locked and loaded and take him out.
Shields of armor. What to drive is armor.
off us!
Shields damaged.
These bastards ain't messing around.
Shields off.
Done and dusted. Nice one. Send in your pay.
Shields off.
You got all the details and you know what to do. Play it smart and come home safe, you hear?
Shields off. Shields damaged. Auto drive is now on. Auto fuel is at 25%. Radar contact. Shields on. Shields on. Shields on. Shields damaged. Enemy down. Shields on. Shields on. Shields on. What drive is our.
trying it out. I think it was 2018, 19. So I informed myself if it would catch my interest, and because of that research, because of that information I gathered, I decided that Elite Dangerous doesn't match what I want to have or to do when gaming. I'm talking that as a no. Yeah, correct. Never played Elite Dangerous. Okay. I have a little range difficulty with my mic because as I had brain surgery only about a month ago, and I still have like 10 centimeter scar, which is relatively near to my left ear, and the polster of the headphone is kind of nearly pressing against the scar, so I have the left side of my headphone a little other arranged than normal to not cover my whole ear, and that makes the microphone a little more far away from my mouth than normal. So maybe that is why you are telling me my mic is too low, but maybe I rearranged a little, maybe this is better, hopefully. Maybe if I just turn overall volume up, maybe that bumps up my speaking transmission a little. Maybe it's better now. So, landing service. A little bit better. Better than nothing, eh? So yeah, I'm only using a headset microphone. So as this is not a high-class headset, but to me it feels more like a headset on budget. I'm lucky that it overall is transmitting my voice in a halfway reasonable toning. So please excuse me not having spent much money on a headphone. What I'm using right now is a Corsair Void Pro. I bought it on outlet, and I was happy that it was working. I spared, I think, 30 or 40 euro at that time against its original price, and to me at that time it even felt expensive. It was like 80 bucks or something, 80 euro on the outlet store. If I could choose right now, I maybe would choose like a what is its name? Corsair HS80 Max or something. And that one's price, the last time I checked, is around 130, 150 euro. So maybe that would improve my microphone situation even on further a little. But as long as this headset is working, why should I bother buying a new one? Huh?
Take off.
So now I will travel to Pyro. My residence is arbitrary. When I'm there, I will store the ship, log off, close launcher, log on again to then equip this ship with a better skin than this fucking white one. I hate it. It looks so awful. The default skin of the Phoenix just hurts my eyes and makes my brain crumble. Ah, okay. This is better then? Cool. Thank you for the feedback. Ah, there is a new question, so let me check out that one. A dot in the live chat and I can read the whole question. What's the plan in Star Citizen? I'm struggling to understand your question. Are you referring to my subjective plan or the overall plan where the development heads, or what plan are you referring to? It depends on your standpoint. What you from my perspective, it depends on the standpoint from where this question goes from and to where it's leading. So a plan, to me, a plan could, my personal plan, a plan of a few others and me, a plan of only others, a plan of developers, blah 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 blah. So there's something to make it understandable to me. Thank you. Yes, what are you currently working on? Okay. I decided to do a little intersec reputation grind again, because I only, since I bothered in the beginning of 4.8 to do a little intersec reputation, so I am at contractor, the A of contractor, so around 1/3 of the reputation of this level. And I decided by myself, come on, reach senior contractor. If I'm not completely wrong, I saw some content creators referring to special missions you only get when you have a special reputation level. So maybe if I decide to especially go for the new event or something like this, that this event thing needs a special reputation with intersec, so I think contractor is not enough. So for the mid-term, I'm looking to reach senior contractor for those intersec NPCs. But right now I just will slap a red skin on this Phoenix, because this white skin is just so awful. It's just so awful. So did I think I did the refueling, so I can go to Pyro Jump Gate now. And yeah, I know I could just do suicide to get faster to my last imprint point, but I'm preparing myself to do it like Star Citizen wants to be played out, to give the full perspective of time-consuming gameplay, what is happening here, and to give feedback, and to maybe have one developer, one time in the past, present or future, looking into this, maybe even listening to what I'm saying, and what I say is, you need to reconsider the time you want us players to spend doing nothing. For instance, quantum jumping. quantum jumping is boring as hell. Because I initiate the jump, and while I'm jumping, there in general isn't something that I need to do to make, when arriving at the destination, my gameplay better. Normally it's just waiting time, and that annoys me. So I do these streams showing what a casual player is doing in the verse. I never edit anything of this, it's just I put it in livestream YouTube like an archive or something like that, to really show my personal and unfiltered and unedited perspective what's the pre-alpha state is, the current one. Maybe it's helping some guys to pre-inform themselves if they could bear to test this, or if they just wait till one day there will be a live release. Another dot. Casual player struggling. Yeah. I think it's very important to reflect your own abilities in a most realistic or pragmatic way. So I consider myself casual and beginner, more like a beginner. So I just think of others entering the verse for the first time and trying to find out what I find good, mediocre, or bad about beginner gameplay, because I want this to be in a state where a beginner has fun working missions, for instance. So since years, most of the time when I'm in the verse, I do those mission crap because when I have my gaming windows, often my orc mates or other people talking my language are not available, so I need to just do things by myself and get things done, because that's what I want to happen. I want gameplay from my perspective to be rewarding. So when I'm looking for alpha UC, I want to be able to increase my wealth in a reasonable amount of time. When I want to go for reputation, I want to increase it in a reasonable amount of time. When I go for a specific mission, a specific gameplay style, a specific profession, I want to achieve something in a reasonable amount of time, because I think that is what drives a gamer game a game. You want to have success moments. So from my casual perspective, as it is right now, I, for instance, often think it's pay to play. It's pay to play for a casual player to feel like you are on average able to achieve something, because if I don't own a Phoenix, I can't do these high risk target bounty missions as fast and proper as I'm doing them right now. If I haven't spent money for several ships, I won't be able to, when a bug or a personal failure crashes my ship, just go on with a new one and don't have to wait for the claiming timer. Because when I think of a beginner, and the beginner is medium rich, he buys a Constellation as his first ship, then crashes it, and then sees that there is a claim timer, an expedite timer, and that player decides to not put alpha UC into expediting the ship, just waiting for the claim timer. That guy's or girl's experience to most of the people could be very hard. Because it's a fucking waiting time, which to me feels most of the times unnecessary. And the pay-to-play aspect is you have 2 or more ships, so you can just take another one. You don't have to bother with waiting. But the player with only 1 ship, he needs to wait. So freedom of choice is limited. That player can try to form a group with others and can try to join them on their ships and do something together. Yeah, okay. But when you ever tried to form a party with a random person and you do this again and again and again and again, you experience by yourself, as I experienced by myself, that you need to quite pump up your tolerance for what you want to achieve and what is really happening and cope with what is really happening. Because, for instance, there are people trying to form a party to then, as sad as it is, wreck your experience. It's only a very, very tiny amount of people, but when you stumble over them, and I have stumbled over those players several times over the years, it has a devastating effect on your emotional enjoyment with Star Citizen. For instance, you know that you looked around while entering your ship and no one was entering with you. You start whatever you do and suddenly you realize there is something wrong. Then voice over IP, another player is telling you, hey, be very cautious. I'm standing right next to you having pointed a weapon on you. I want your ship, your cargo, blah blah blah. And you stand up from your pilot seat, look around and see there is a player. Where does that player come from? I looked around while entering the ship. That can't be. Did he just teleport or she inside my ship? How did this happen? And then after research and some time you realize, hey, you can glitch into nearly any ship very easily. At that time it was no problem flying with the hoverbike underneath the ship near the hull and just let the hoverbike hover and stand up from the hoverbike, and while you're standing up from the hoverbike you were like glitching through the ship hull. Or you stand on the canopy of an arrow and the other guy that helps you is just strafing up from underneath another player's ship, his or her arrow with your char standing on its canopy. And through this upstrafing very slowly and cautiously, he's pressing your avatar from underneath the ship, kind of inside the ship, and you are glitched inside the ship. Or there was a time you could just crouch on your belly and get through landing gears inside ships. There were times where the edges of, for instance, canopies were like had like collision problems, and you could like enter a ship with your char through an edge of another ship. And when that happens, you think to yourself, oh my god. So I experienced that. I make these streams about it, and maybe because me experienced that and speaking freely how it feels, maybe that will change then how this will play after live release. Lots of folks believe there won't be a live release ever. Yeah? Really? Lots of folks? Like, can you give me a number? How many are they? If they are 5 million game packages, and if there are 100,000 players joining the verse on a daily basis, so it's like 1 out of 500 game package owner is joining the verse on a regularly basis. How many of all game package owners, or how many of those daily Star Citizen join people do you think don't believe in a live release ever? I think it's a minor number. Maybe if you say an average 100,000 people over average days join the verse for half an hour, 2 hours daily. Out of these 100,000 players, I could imagine maybe 1 out of 1,000. 1 out of 1,000 players really think this will never release. I think the average player is quite confident, and I think what they deliver is pointing in general and slowly, but pointing in the right direction overall. So often I think our criticism on this project is, in German we say jammern auf hohem Niveau. In English maybe it translates like you are complaining about something on a high level because overall your experience is quite good, but as you are intrigued with that evolution of that game developing around you, you sharpen your sight on the errors, bugs and features that don't work correctly, and be critic there. And I think that is what makes some people experience with Star Citizen hard. If you concentrate on what you don't like, you set your mind to a not so nice over time state. So I, long time ago, decided by myself I want to look at the things in general, at the things working. So when I'm doing my live streams and I stumble over severe bugs and such, I test it a few times and then go on to keep my mental sanity. So can you walk around in the ship when you are in a jump? Yeah, sure. You can do that. But perfect example for a jammern auf hohem Niveau, complaining on a high level. I don't want to walk around in the ship in general. I want to, for instance, use my mobi-glass while quantum jumping and buy or sell things on specific destinations, so that, for instance, I travel to this station, and while quantum jumping here, I order via my mobi-glass, hey, I want 5 mags for my automated rifle, I want to have a landing service when I arrived, I want to have a cooler bought at Platinum Bay, and so on and so forth, so that when I'm there and successfully landed, I can just, for instance, use the warehouse inventory and the things I bought are already delivered there. So I don't need to run inside the station from shop to shop or from console to console to then be able to, for instance, change ship loadout, pack more weapon magazines on my char and such things. So that to me would feel like, hey, there really is something useful you can do while quantum jumping. Right now, the most useful thing I think about while quantum jumping is I realize the hydration of my char is not so well, so I stand up from the pilot chair, when life support is on, remove my helmet and just drink what I have in my inventory. That to me feels like a not so funny thing you can do while quantum jumping. But yeah, you can stand up from your chair, walk around in the ship and such things. Yeah. Claim timer, what the fuck? Oh, you don't know that there are claim timer? Okay, there are claim timer. So, in general, claiming a ship is free. The general claiming is free, which I find very good. So when you own a ship and it got destroyed, you can just claim it from every fleet manager console on every point of interest like space stations. Which is a very good game mechanic from my perspective. So
Landing gear deployed.
from the moment on you bought a ship on the website, you can claim it without paying in-game money. But there is that claim timer, so the bigger the ship in general, the longer it takes to claim it. If you buy a €50 ship, the normal claim time without having you to pay something is like 2 or 3 minutes. So I think that is quite okay. So a bug destroyed your ship, or you got killed, you got splashed, whatsoever. You respawn at your imprint location, you walk to the Fleet Manager console ASOP terminal, claim your ship, you wait 2 minutes or something, and there you go, a fresh, all functioning ship back in your possession. This is very good, but if you are crazy like me and buying, for instance, an 890, a around €1,000 cost ship, and you crash that one, or a bug crashes that one, the waiting time I claim without paying something is like 1 hour. How long is this wait? Are we talking about hours or days? So right now it's more like the biggest ships like an hour something. But smaller ships like minutes. A heavy fighter like an Vanguard like 8, 9, maybe 10, 11 minutes, something like that. And the expedite in general divides that waiting time with 3. So you have for the Vanguard a waiting time of 10 minutes if it's crashed, and when you pay the expedite fee, then that waiting time reduces to around 3 minutes. So if you have enough Alpha UC, you can just spend that expedite fee and have your ship faster. I don't know how you tolerate it. I tolerate it because it is the way it is. Because there are the good things, like you can buy a ship in-game with in-game currency, and then you own it as long as CIG does not wipe your account data. So, for instance, a few years ago I bought myself a 600i in-game. Right now its price is like 400 to 500 euro. I bought it in-game and I used it for over a year. And then a wipe happened and I lost it. So, for instance, in 4.7.2, since 4. Something 4.0 or so, I was able to gather around 40 vehicles and ships in game, and if I would have otherwise chosen to buy them ships on the website, for instance, I bought 3 Phoenix in game. One Phoenix is like 300 euro or something, so alone the 3 Phoenix I played for and gathered Alpha UEC for, and then paid for them in game, would have cost me 900 euros if I would have paid them, buy them on the website. So that is a quite nice feeling to be able to acquire ships, vehicles in game, and don't need to to buy with real money. I think this is one of the great advantages of this verse and its current state. You can own ships via in-game transactions, and there are even more ways to acquire ships than just buy them with in-game currency. I would have quit with such a broken way. Yeah, there are expensive ships. Yeah, 890 is one of the more expensive ones. Yeah. $890. So I need to go to Pyro to then, because when you acquire ship skins and you are in a gaming session, you need to log out, close the launcher, reopen the launcher, log back in to then have that skin available at your resident location. So as I just while gaming bought back the red ship skin I want to have on the Phoenix, I need to just log out and relog to then have that skin at my residence inventory.
Take off.
So overall, yeah, there's patience needed, there is dedication needed, but when you have a look on life like the glass always is half full, not half empty, it's half full. So when you're like optimistic, looking for the good things, even this pre-alpha, in my opinion, is the best game that's currently on the market. It offers the most and unique experience. Yeah, it's just like there is no other game this good on the market, even with its bugs, even with its tedious, slow development, even with its effect on players' emotions, even with its great patience requirements. So,
Shields off.
oh, there is another comment. Let me read it. A dot to be fully able to read it. I feel you, brother, but goddamn man, it can be a lot at times. But as long as you think you get your value out of it, no harm is done then. Yeah. Agree. I agree. But for the harm, there is your personal responsibility to orient yourself to a way of being a citizen here in this virtual verse in a way that you don't harm yourself via strange emotions. So for instance, I learned from American guys to vent, just to let out if something which is making you feel not so well occurring, just vent it out and then feel released. So that is one thing I really learned from American people. Your freedom or their freedom of speech makes them have a habit of be very direct with venting. Most of the Germans have more like a habit to keep those harsh and strange emotions inside, which makes them kind of vulnerable to bad emotions. And I discovered by myself I'm just venting, and I keep, from my perspective, relatively good mental sanity with while playing this, while trying things here in the verse, while doing this crazy, sometimes very boring stuff here. Always look for the good things. Half cup full of hot cocoa. Yeah. Yeah, you got me, you understand me. Nice. Good. Now this is interesting. What is interesting? How far did you travel in that wormhole? That is a good question. How far? So, there are 3 systems right now. It's Nyx, Pyro, and Stanton. And to be honest, I don't know exactly the distances between those 3 systems, but there is a star map on the RSI website, and maybe it even displays distances. So I'm opening the browser right now because I have one monitor set up. I need to Alt Tab out of Star Citizen and open the RSI website, and I think there is still the star map available. Star map, yeah, it's under Explore and then Star Map. Explore the Star Citizen universe in a 3D blah 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 Star Map blah blah blah, stellar cartographics, yeah, open it, enter full screen, loading ARC interface. So, there's even written something. Humanity has always been told to reach for the stars. Well, it looks like we may have finally caught one. Nick Crusher, Explorer 2271. The lore, guys. Star Citizen is currently in development and changes are to be expected. The ARC star map will be regularly expanded and updated as we move toward the completed game. Thank you for joining us on the journey. Acknowledge and continue. ARC star map. At the dawn of the 29th century, a new center of knowledge and understanding was constructed, the ARC. Not bound to any one place, species or government, the ARC was established under a simple principle: to provide a neutral repository for all galactic knowledge. Currently residing in the Tayak system, the ARC and its team are of dedicated archivists and researchers curate this information for the Galactopedia and the Star Map. Invaluable tools that allow all beings to better understand the universe and find their way through it. Explore Star Map. So you can zoom in and zoom out, and I'm trying to find on the right side, like when you look in a normal map east, you find Stanton. Nyx is from the middle of the screen a little bit to the right and a little bit to the top. Pyro is from the middle on the screen halfway to the distant Stanton. The halfway is Pyro. So when I click on, can I do something here? Wasn't there jump tunnels. I'm looking for large jump tunnels. So now it's showing from Stanton to Nyx there is a large jump tunnel from Pyro to, what is it called? Castra. There is a large jump tunnel. So right now what we have are a pre-version of jump tunnels, not divided by small, medium or large. When I only look for medium jump tunnels, it shows a tunnel from Stanton to Pyro and from Nyx to Pyro. When I'm only looking for small ones, there are only some from Pyro to other systems which are not there, but none from Stanton or Nyx to Pyro or to each other. When I'm looking at the okay, so what we currently have in 4.8 is like a mix of these three sizes. So we can jump from Stanton to Pyro or Stanton to Nyx. We can jump from Pyro to Stanton or Pyro to Nyx. We can jump from Nyx to Pyro or from Nyx to Stanton. So from each of the three systems we can jump to the other two. But in the future, when they decide to really divide jump tunnels into small, medium and large, and you have a small ship, there might not be a fast way to travel from one system to another, because there is no small jump tunnel. So can I somehow display distances? Let me check the medium tunnels again. So as I just did a jump from Nyx to Pyro, oh, I think I have to move a little in Star Citizen to not get pushed out here. Come on ship, move a little. Okay. So can I display bookmark, search, routes, camera, sensors, population, economy, threat, routes, bookmarks, search. Is there a galaxy system? not really sure, but I think right now there are no distances displayed in this website star map. But I think these jump tunnel wormhole distances are quite large. So for instance, you jump inside Pyro, which is quite big compared to the other two systems. There are jumps that take you with the default slow quantum drive like 5 to 10 minutes or something around that. Whereas in Stanton, a relatively compact system, the longest jump is around 5 or something minutes. In general. In detail there could be greater differences. So let me go to arbitrary. So I think this travel through the wormhole, if the greatest distances you do in a system are like 1 to 150 million kilometers or gigamiles, as they are referred in Star Citizen, maybe a wormhole is like 500 or 1000 gigamiles or even greater distances. So yeah, if you are pushed out of the wormhole because you touched the sides of the tunnel too long, or those obstacles that are in the middle of the tunnel, when you touch them with your ship too long, you get expelled out of the quantum and you can be quite far from the system you left or the system you want to go to. I think I failed quantum jumps for like maybe 10 or 20 times, and the greatest distance I needed to go back to have a refueling service, back to have a system around me was like 160, 170, 180 gigamiles. So right now I think they kind of tricked a little with those distances. So when you are in the middle of a wormhole, you either get expelled near to your starting or near to your destination system, so you don't have to fucking be mad because you have to travel like 1000 gigamiles, which no ship currently is really capable of doing such huge distances, because their quantum fuel tanks are not big enough from size wise. So yeah, quite huge distances to travel here in the verse. So for instance, this jump will take me 3 minutes and 17 seconds with this quantum drive, and it's a distance from 47 gigamiles.
Quantum drive is now on.
So you can just stand up while in quantum. You can walk around, you can take the fire extinguisher in your hands. If there is a fire, you can delete it. You can go to your bar if you own a Phoenix and drink something. Which bottles can you drink? Okay, there are only staffage right now, so all these bottles here are not interactable, but maybe someday they will be. You can look at your fish bowl with a wrecked constellation in it. Sometimes those developers are really funny, yeah? You can look in one of your bedrooms. You can sit in one of your passenger seats and look outside the window. Open your personal inventory and do something. You can put the fire extinguisher back to where it belongs. And a nice feature of those places where those fire extinguishers belong is when you empty their filling, which is indicated here with this bar. When it gets emptier and emptier, you put it on a fire extinguisher place and it replenishes. You can enter one of your co-pilot seats. You can make the waiting time more fun while watching the outside of your ship. You can see those shadows wandering over your ship's hull, thrown by the system sun, which I like because it makes an immersive feeling to see those shadows change their position via relative position to the sun. It adds to the immersion.
Welcome to Modern Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
This is an example of bad game design. Why? Why did they create this MFD in front of the co-pilot so the co-pilot can't see what's directly in front of the ship? This is a bad design decision. And seems that I can't fly it from this co-pilot seat. Can I fly it from here? I haven't checked that for like years. Ugh.
Welcome to Modern Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Can't fly it from the other co-pilot seat, so I need to sit in the pilot seat to fly the ship. Okay. Then I need to do that, huh?
lost vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to a storage facility.
So, when I now look at the stored chip in the vehicle loadout manager, I don't see a skin, cause the running game doesn't check me buying a skin for it. So there is none displayed here, only the ones I already had before getting the new one. So, logging off, closing launcher, reopening launcher, joining back, and the skin is there. Because the game makes my website hunger actual every time I join the verse. So if I buy a avatar armor, avatar FPS weapon, a ship, vehicle, whatsoever, I can use it from the time I new log in, because then the game catches the current hunger things. So, quit game. Close launcher. Start launcher as admin. Launch 4.8. Next I will try to find a low populated server shard to have the most enjoyment out of the actual state of 4.8, because to me it's still, the more full they are, the more the performance is struggling. 187, 400, 200, 400, 135. Okay, I take this one. And what region is it? EU 190. Maybe it's the same I just were in. hunger spawn on your residence is relatively new, and I like this feature. So, slash the skin on this one. There. Ensure this loadout.
To the A-class vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us
Now
again.
check for
Goodbye.
a possible ship component upgrade. Maybe arbitrary can provide anything of interest. Opening DPS calculator, cool. So let me recheck current systems on the Phoenix. Oh, Noob ist am Start. Come on. This one. So, maybe I'm okay with these ones. Could be okay with these ones. Maybe I would like to change this to Hemera. And it could be possibly here. And I need another size 3 shield. So... no, Hemera is only in Stanton. I don't want to go to Stanton right now, so I stay with the Huracan. What is the shields? The Nargan is also only in Stanton. Okay, yeah, so I stick with this shield. Okay. So, now I can go... Oh, cool. Yeah, danke, Noob. So now I can go back to Nyx and go on with Intersect Reputation Grind. Woo! But to be totally sure that the ship, if I want to use missiles, provide me missiles, I do this to hopefully have them missiles displayed correctly. So I unequip one missile from every rack, because there is a current bug right now. You call that ship, you start missile mode, and there are no missiles displayed despite you having them equipped. So my workaround to have those missiles displayed is unequip every one slot of every one from those 4 racks and then re-equip them, and most of the time then the ship shows you the missiles and you can use them. No, I better go this way, so ensure loadout.
Your vehicle has been reactivated again. Your vehicle has been please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the A-Class Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
when someone kill me in the ship, my avatar in the ship, then I get a new life with an imprinted version of my char, starting at the point where I put that imprint to. So if you don't change it, it's your default residence location. If you change it, it's the new location you changed it to. So you can change your imprint and thus death respawn place to the big points of interest, like the main cities of planets and the orbit stations around planets and the service stations in the verse. So when I look at Stanton, at Pyro star map overlook of the system, like this, you can imprint, you can put your imprint to ruin station above Terminus, to Obituary above Bloom, to a checkmate near Monox, or to the gateways, Lux, Stanton, or Pyro Gateway. Where is it again? I am in Pyro, so there is no Pyro Gateway. You can change it to those space stations like Endgame, Rods, Fuel and Supplies, Dudley and Daughters, Megumi Refueling. So there are some places where you can put your imprint respawn place to, and then you start after dying on that place. And the ship, the intention is, if a pirate or a bad player is killing you inside your ship and there is no comm, then that player won't get any crime stat. There is no one getting that he murdered you, so he would come out with your ship and free to go wherever he or she wants to go. And right now I think that player can use that ship till the moment he logs out. Also, why do you have all that information on the top right screen of the stream? That I got used to that information because it some of those values do help me find out if the environment I'm in, if the shard server I'm in is in a quite okayish state. I can give you examples. For instance, there is this entities value. If it's moving, it indicates that the virtual place you are in, is working relatively normal. Or you have the server FPS, which indicate how big the work on the netcode and game code currently is produced by the players. You have the shard ID where you can see, okay, I'm in an AU server right now and the number is 190. You see your average FPS. You can put on the frame graph and you see specific frame time, CPU frame time load, GPU frame time load. You see when you have accepted the current mission you are doing. You see your VRAM usage requirements. You see that you are running in DirectX 11 with DLS 50%, so performance enabled. You see your current committed operating system RAM usage. So you see the current player count in the shard, so it's 130 people right now here in this virtual verse. Other regions could have up to 600 or 700 players, but my experience, as I already told, is the more players, the more load on the game code and net code, and the more worse the experience could be. So I prefer to have best experience possible. So I try to find low populated server because most of the time they provide the most not annoying pre-alpha testing space. Let me put it that way. As you can imagine, over the years, being an evocati, being a verse lover, being a tester, there are times where you get so fed up with bugs and workarounds that you want the best possible experience. So that is why people, or why I definitely or precisely or specifically decide to join low populated servers, because I think it's okay that I think over my free time, my gaming time, that it is precious, so I want to be able to make the most out of it. So less bugs, less workarounds needed is convenient.
Photo drive is on.
So this skin looks way better than the default white one. It even has a monkey in it. Ooh, this is the monkey skin, yeah. What was that? A friend request? Party invite? Nothing pending here. Retarded or not retarded? Delusional. Yeah, if you crash that ship calling gaming services. Lots of mess there. Interesting name for that Perseus. VV381.
Shields are off.
So, what is that word? Let me read it. Need to put another dot in. Warm pool time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off. Shields are on. Landing gear deployed.
Ah, overshooting. Bad pilot. Yeah.
Engines are off.
A of contractor. So I'm still at 1/3 of this reputation level. What time is it? It's around 10 minutes past 9 a.m. here in Germany. So yesterday I made a date with my fiancée, so she will get me from my home at around 10 a.m. So I got around 30 something minutes game time left. So I need to decide which mission I can do in that time. Maybe I can do one of these in that time. Travel isn't so far. Okay. Trying to make the star map, set the route. Ah! I nearly got the route set. Come on. Ah, nearly. I think I need to do one random jump to somewhere. And from there maybe... Oh wait, can I do a blind jump? To the marker? Yes, I can. Nice. Oh, a mighty.
Overdrive is now on.
I don't understand this mission. I should do a focused ping. A normal ping, in my opinion, should be enough. Nothing happens with the mission progression. I shoot the color indicated friendly sentry and got one of 4 areas searched. Very strange to me. Very, very strange. I would have preferred another outcome.
Radar contact. Shields on. Check fire. Shields on. Shields on. Radar contact. Shields on. Shields on. Check fire.
Come on, next marker, please. Ah, there.
Shields on. Auto drive is now on. Shields on. Shields on. Shields on.
Oh, a destroyed Starfarer. And a new waypoint, yeah.
Mayday, mayday! Outlaws are attacking my ship!
Radar contact. Shields on. Shields damaged. Enemy down. Engines down. Weapons system down. Weapons system down.
One of my engines is interfering with my maneuverability. So I need to repair. Yeah.
Where the hell are you going?
My god, come on, jump already.
Auto drive is now on. Shields on. Landing gear deployed.
Oh, this damn hangar gravitation shit. Come on, roll. Then roll this way.
Landing complete. Weapons system is on. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
I can't deny!
Shields off.
Okay. Wow, Testudo Core Torf, wow, whatever that is. Whatever that is, a core, yeah, wow. So, now, it's time for family, for real life. Ach, Raffi war das. Ah. Ach Mensch, ja, dann hab ich verpasst. Raffi war das. Ah. Schreibe ich ihm mal kurz eine Discord-Nachricht. Discord. Ist er hier irgendwo? Wie hieß er denn nochmal auf Discord? Komme ich nicht drauf. Schreibe ich ihm auf Spektrum. So, schönen Sonntag. Have a nice Sunday.